Hello, everybody. This YouTube is gonna be on American yoga. Okay, I started it out with it was Dance Without Music. It's still Dance Without Music, but I'm changing it to American Yoga, and I'm working on the logo. And I want to say something about American Yoga. Okay, it's kind of, I gotta get used to saying that because so many people are familiar with yoga, and I saw that there's so many different kinds of yoga, and America has put so much money and intention and attention on yoga that I decided to develop my Dance Without Music, or my instructions or whatever, as far as conditioning your body. And I everything is already done. It starts at the beginning. You have to find the beginning, which is all the hardest thing that you have to do. I've done this thing for like 5 years, and all the tapes are there, and they're very, very important. So today I'm going to explain about American yoga, how it's Christian friendly, and how it's packed with algebra. So this tape is really going to be on American yoga, how it's Christian friendly, and how it's packed. Everybody can do it. So I'm not just saying it's just Christian, I'm just saying it's coming from a Christian, so it's Christian friendly. And I understand how everyone in America, most people in America, view yoga, and how they don't want, they want this object, I want to call it, or this program, but they want to know that it's this for them and it's that for them, and it's not about this and it's not about that. And I know how you feel, because that's exactly how I feel about yoga. Okay, so this one, I actually changed the name. I talked about it earlier, but I saw so many different kinds of yoga, and I go, hey, why can't I make Dance Without Music? Why can't I change the name to, or enhance the name to, American Yoga? So that's why I did it, because it's a very popular thing that everybody loves to do. And to me, it really brings home what Americans feel yoga should be. Okay, so I'm trying to sell the name. Okay, it doesn't cost anything, and the hardest part, I know how everyone is to start from the beginning. You don't have to pay anything, and what it is so beneficial. It's almost like you have to do it, as far as conditioning your body is concerned. So, but there's people who have followed it, and then maybe there's 3 or 4 people. It takes a long time. I know Americans, and I know most people like everything done really, really fast, but that's not the concept. The concept about American yoga is more like doing it the right way and learning about yourself. Now, the first thing I want to say is meditation is a big deal in the yoga, from what I hear, but we're going to switch the meditation, because your body meditates all the time whenever it wants to. And I make it into pondering, okay? Instead of hearing all the time, or thinking that you have to meditate all the time, it's more in American yoga, Dance Without Music. It's going to be pondering. Okay, so now let me get into what the tape is about. It's Christian friendly, like I said. I know. Everybody doesn't go to church all the time and all this stuff. They're not so religious, but they still have this foundation as far as being a Christian is concerned. And not just so much being a Christian, is just the way we view things as, I'm talking, I talk to everybody, but I live in America. So I pretty much based it on things that Americans are familiar with. And just like in yoga, they have different types of vocabulary. I had to make vocabulary. Like, for instance, you know, we always grow up, and I know a lot of people in different countries grow up knowing, you have your leg, you have your thigh, you have your back, you have your chest, you have your arms, you have your legs. Well, what American yoga is about, it's about understanding and using what you see, okay? And it has nothing to do with body parts. It has what to do is about the physical, or let's say the physics of what we do day to day. Okay, so it's not gonna have like, okay, you put your leg here and you put your leg there. It's not that. It's more of what your leg does or what your legs do. But in American yoga, and when you start from the beginning, you'll be starting in Dance Without Music, and you have to find the beginning, okay? You'll see that we talk about things that you actually see, but you don't even pay attention to. Like when you're walking, you don't really see your legs, or you don't really think about your legs every second that you're walking. But you do see, you do, how can I say, you have the ability to see things that you don't take notice of right now. Like when I'm walking, you can't feel it now, but when you take American yoga, you'll be able to concentrate or ponder, and then become part of you as far as what's happening when you're walking, okay? And I can't really say too much more because every tape is there. So the only reason why I'm expressing that, because that's how Christians think. I mean, it's not letting go of your mind, but it's developing your mind and conditioning your mind so that you can use your body more efficiently. That's what it is. And after 10 years of American yoga, you will know what you've done in those 10 years. And it won't be lost time. You're not in some kind of space, or you're in space. We talk about all of that. But it's in 10 years or 5 years, you'll see that it's everything that you have done or everything that you do, but only you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to understand our day-to-day lives. So that's what the Christian part about it is, okay? There's another Christian part about it. It's just that some things are very tedious, and it's not, everything is hard in the world. I mean, whatever you do, whatever you take on, it's complicated and things like that. I've done everything in this American yoga for myself. I'm the example, okay? And you'll see it later on. My efficiency that I've learned and my conditioning that I learned. But I'm saying that to say that sometimes, because you have to do this all, I mean, you'll make it a part of your life. And because God is a part of my life, when I get in tense situations, not tense situations, but there's sometimes doing American yoga that you're learning something and it takes a long time. So I ask for help. I pray to God about help and stuff like that. So I do put God in it, okay? And you'll see as you go on, but that's as time goes on. So that takes the Christian part I want to tell you about. And the next one is filled with algebra. I've taken algebra, I gotta see this time. I just don't want to go too far on this time because I'm going to do a lot of videos with American yoga. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the algebra. the reason why algebra is in it, because I also put the Michael Jackson dance Thriller. And if you do the tapes, you'll understand. I explain everything. I'm saying things that I haven't said during the course of these 5 years that I've been putting the American yoga together, Dance Without Music. Okay, so what I want to tell you is about algebra because it's packed with algebra. Okay, American yoga is packed with algebra. Okay, now I'm working on the logo for it, and that's the best way for me to explain to you about the foundation of American yoga, Dance Without Music. Okay, because it starts with Dance Without Music, and if you want to start at the beginning, you'll see Dance Without Music. But no, when you hear Dance Without Music, it's American yoga now. Okay, so I want to tell you my background in algebra. I've taken algebra maybe 20, 25 times. I mean, in my whole life, maybe like let me see, at least over 40 years of algebra. Most of the time I flunked out or I only got a C and I didn't understand what was going on. But I kept taking it and kept taking it and kept taking it and thought about it even after I did the classes. And I could really never get more than a C. And I explained something about yoga in some of my other tapes, but this one I'm explaining because I don't like to repeat things, okay? But this one I'm explaining in the perception of American yoga. So I never stopped with this algebra, okay? And then one time after I graduated with a BA in modern language in Metropolitan State College of Denver, okay? After like a year or so, or maybe 2 years, I decided to take an algebra course again because when I graduated, I still only got like a C. And the C that I got in algebra was actually because, I mean, if I got a C in algebra, it was because I was a very good student. I took all my classes. I always went for help and things like that. But I kept progressing, okay? Maybe I needed a break from algebra. So there was like a 4-year gap where I stopped taking algebra. And then I went back to a community college and I wanted to test for it, okay? I didn't want to test on a high level. I wanted to test on a lower level, intermediate level, and I did that. Because I wanted to see how I developed in my algebra. So I got 2 classes back from college algebra, okay? 2 how can I say, two grades or two steps back from college algebra, I guess you can say that. And I took these classes, and I took a class, the first one, before, there was 2 classes before college algebra. I took the first one. I didn't go all the way back because I just did pretty well on a test. So I took the first class, and I was getting A's. I got an A in every test. I almost thought I was on candid camera or something. It was just something else. And I would get an A, and I would continually get A's on every paper, you know? And I knew why I was getting the A's, because I did so much. And the nice thing is that I knew what was happening. I knew what I was doing, okay? It just wasn't happening. I mean, automatically. It wasn't like, now I got it. No, I knew exactly what was happening. But I was still like, is this really true, you know? And the one good thing was when the professor that I was taking a class from says, I saw all the people, the A students, I see exactly what they're doing. And I said, is he talking about me? They do this and they do this and they do this. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then I heard students say, I can't take this, or, oh, I can't do this, you know what I mean? And I could do it. And then I took the next class before college algebra, and I got an A in every one. And I remember one after he passed back the test, one test that we took, or quiz, it was a test, and one of the students came up and go, how did this happen? What'd you get on the test? I go, I got an A. Oh, she goes, how can you help me with this and this? And I knew exactly what she was talking about. Okay, so I made it up to college algebra. Okay, and algebra had become a part of me. It was like in my body, because I remember sometimes I would take math courses and I would feel like I took an accounting course one time. I just wanted to take Introduction to Accounting because I took it so many times. And I remember taking the test and I could feel the things happening. Maybe because I took it so personal, because I took so much algebra. So anyway, that's why I put algebra in it. So now I'm going to talk about my logo that we have. I can't go over too much. I have to see what time it is. I don't want to make it too long. So anyway, sorry. Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to do the logo. I told you why I put algebra in yoga, in my American yoga. Let me tell you about this yoga. You are conscious all the time. And you don't meditate, but you ponder, okay? That's what you do. It's just, as far as the class is concerned, you have to start from the beginning, okay? You can enjoy looking at the classes, but you have to start from the beginning. But one thing you might like is, like, I'm going to show you things at my level, because I use myself as the example or the guinea pig or whatever, and it's working, okay? And then those videos you'll really like. So now this is the logo I came up with for dance, and I'm gonna do T-shirts, and I want to give maybe 2 or 3 T-shirts, because there's 4 students who did all of the, at least 3 or 4 that did all of the Dance Without Music, and they're just going to, can I say this, kick ass. They're going to be the best, okay? So I want to make T-shirts for them, okay? But at first I want to come up with this logo, and the logo has a lot to do with algebra. So I already came up with the logo, and I want to show you how I did it. Okay, we have this. Okay, and that's the X. This is going to be the Y-axis, okay? And this is the Y-axis, okay? And it's pretty... Also, one thing that I teach as far as the class is concerned is that I don't really go into infinity. So I would pretty much teach it like this, okay? Okay. There's a lot of things that I don't agree. I never agreed with infinity, okay? So anyway, that's something else. Maybe you will see why later on, okay? So anyway, I have the Y-axis, and if you take the classes, you'll understand what's going on here. And then I have the X-axis, okay? But we call them coordinates, okay? So this is X, and this is X. And then, if you look at my videos, I have like shorts of this other coordinate, and it's called Z coordinate. Z coordinate is like if I'm here, and then I'm going backwards, okay? We use that in American yoga. So I'm here now, and I'm here now. And that movement, which you can't see in writing, okay, because you just can't see it. I can't write it, you know what I mean? So what I did is I wanted to say that I got this, and what I decided to do was to put this here. I'm gonna make it so that you can see it. Another X-axis or coordinate. Another coordinate, okay, and of course this is X and this is Y, and then I put this here, and this is explaining I don't, okay, that's another one. And then this is another one. I just want to darken it so that you can see it from the what you call. Okay, now this shows the Z coordinate, and I did a short on the Z coordinate. If you can find it, the only thing you have a problem with here is actually using your mind and finding the things. But it is so important because you're not paying anything. How much you have to pay for a dance course, or how much you have to pay for a yoga class. This one you're not doing anything, but you have to use your mind. So this is the Z coordinate, okay? And I told you I explained it in a short. And you can see it because it keeps going further and further and further. That's the distance. And then there's something else that we worked on in Dance Without Music. We have not coordinates, but we have quadrants as far as our body being in quadrants, okay? We have the natural quadrant and we have the left quadrant, okay? So, and it's called something else, the natural quadrant, but I'm just doing this for those who haven't seen any of the tapes. So then, and in the coordinates in our bodies, what we view is we don't view any body parts. We just view the motion or the thing, like weight, the balance of the body, the movement of the body, the stress, okay? Because we have like stress, we have all those things. And we divide those things that we use every day into not coordinate. I just said the quadrants, okay? So then on the logo, I have this, okay? Now this right here, okay, this how can I say it? Because signifies where the function, we got function in it too. So we have the function, which is pretty much here, okay? But we have, it's encased, okay? Because we have to find the function. And then after that, we have the quadrants that come out. What happens in the quadrants? So I have this goes down like this, then this goes down like this, okay? Because we have two different quadrants. And this is for logo, okay? And then we have this. And then we have this. Oh, wait, let me see. I messed up this. So I pretty much have it like that, okay? But I want to make it dark. And it turned out really, really neat on my black piece of paper. Okay? And that's, it almost looked like a person because it's actually a person, okay? So, and that's the logo. And I'm going to show you the logo that I did from the beginning. So these are quadrants. This is one part of the quadrant. That's one of the part of the quadrant. Maybe because I pretty much, I don't think I connected the function. But anyway, that's the function, okay? And then this is what the function uses, the quadrants. So that's how that goes. And this is gonna pretty much end it. But I wanted to show you the original that I came up with. And see if I have it in here. I did it. I know I did it. It looks like I don't. Oh, here it goes. Okay. And this is the first one I did. So this is like the logo, but I'm fixing it now. Okay. You see that I just did. This is just a rough one, and now I'm like cleaning it up. Okay. And there's one thing I didn't put on here was one thing I didn't put on here was, let me see, I didn't put Z quadrant. And the Z quadrant would go, I don't know if I put the Z maybe I'll go this through here and put Z, and that's the Z quadrant. And remember, there's no infinities. Okay. I mean, I got the Z. I'm gonna take this out. Now it looks like it's not a Z. Okay. So I have the Z quadrant there. Okay. And this is American yoga. Okay, and it's derived from Dance Without Music. So that's it. I hope everybody gets into this this Dance Without Music. It started as Dance Without Music. Now it's American Yoga, and this is the logo that I'm coming up with. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.